Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be talking about those countries that you can visit on a Jamaican passport. So I myself am a Jamaican, so I am a holder of a Jamaican passport, and that's the only passport I have. That's my only citizenship, so that's the only passport I can travel with, right? So Jamaicans actually have the 63rd most powerful passport in the world, which isn't bad. I mean, there are 197 countries, right? So we can actually visit 61 countries without a visa. In other words, you can just go online, book your ticket and go, right? We can actually get 25 e-visas, which is very easy to apply for, and there are also 22 visas that you can get on arrival. So in other words, you can book your ticket, enter the country, and then while at immigration you actually access your visa from there, which means that we have basically roughly 80 countries that we can visit, or more than 80 countries rather, that we can visit without any hassle, right? Yet Jamaicans tend to limit ourselves to the USA, Canada, maybe the UK, and a few countries in Europe. And the countries in Europe tend to be maybe France and Italy. And I think that's just because Jamaicans, we just don't really know better. In recent years though, and with the advent of social media, I've been seeing a change where a lot more Jamaicans are going a bit closer to home. We're exploring the countries a bit closer to us. So I'm seeing more Jamaicans going to the Bahamas, Curacao, Aruba. I've been seeing Jamaicans as well go to Latin America. I've been seeing Jamaicans posting pictures a lot in Panama and in Colombia, and we have a lot of travel agencies as well that will have like easy packages, 5 days 4 nights or 4 days 3 nights, where you can go to an all-inclusive resort in Panama or in I've even seen some in Brazil, right? And that's great. I'm here for it. I may run a Jamaican travel blog, adventurous from Elle.com, but at the same time I'm very interested in travel. All right guys, so number 5 is the Bahamas. Sadly, this will be the only English-speaking country on my list, so hopefully you have some proficiency in Spanish. Hopefully you did a little, high school Spanish, if not to the C-sec level, but hopefully you remember something, because my other 4 countries, just to give the disclaimer from the start, will be Spanish-speaking countries, and that's just because they're the most affordable, right? So to the Bahamas, you can get a ticket for around 500 US round trip, and there are so many places to see. On Instagram there are lots of pictures of people swimming with pigs. There's Atlantis, and there are so many different islands. Bahama Islands consists of 700 islands, islets, and keys. So there are a whole host of different islands you can explore. Paradise Island, of course Grand Bahama Island, because it's the biggest one. I think that's the one with Nassau. But there's so many different islands that you can explore, so you could be on a different island for every day of your vacation. And as I said, they have 700, so clearly you're not can't go all of them, right? But Bahamas is very affordable, so therefore I decided to start out with that. Next is Colombia. So Colombia used to get a bad rap in the past with the drug cartels and all the different social unrest and turmoil that was taking place in Colombia. But within the past few decades, they have been turning around their political landscape, and the country is now benefiting a lot from international tourists. So some cities you can visit, there is Medellin, there's Cartagena with the beautiful paths with the umbrellas. I don't know if you've seen those pictures on social media, but Colombia is very beautiful. It's very diverse, and there's a whole lot of stuff to do. Next on my list is Mexico. So there's so much to do in Mexico. There's Tulum, and Mexico actually has one of the world's 7 wonders, right, which is Chichen Itza. It's a Mayan ruin, and it's high up on my list of places to go. Yeah, it's really cool that you can access one of the 7 wonders of the world with a ticket that's like between $500 to $600 if you book early, and if you shop around for deals in terms of airlines. So yeah, Mexico deserves a place on your list. A lot of food to try, and Mexican climate and cuisine is very similar to Jamaica because it's a tropical country. So, of course, we'll put things to do in Mexico. Panama. So, a lot of Jamaicans were involved with the building of the Panama Canal. So, Panama and Jamaica shares a lot of history, right? So of course there's duty-free shopping. Visiting the Panama Canal, of course, is an attraction. There are a lot of rainforests and beaches to explore. So Panama deserves a spot on your list. And the good thing about Panama is that it's a great transit country. So because it is located, well, the country is an isthmus which connects North America to South America. They have strategically placed their airport, Tocumen Airport, as like a transit point to so many other destinations. So if you don't have a US visa and you want to explore countries like Costa Rica, or you want to go to Peru, or you want to go to anywhere, even Mexico, you can transit through Panama because it's visa free and you have a lot of international flights from the Tocumen Airport. So Panama can be on your list, you know, just to transit or to actually visit. Like it can be a final stop, or it can be like an intermediate destination. And interestingly enough, the country markets themselves as a transit point. So they say, hey, visit 2 countries for the price of 1. You come to Panama, you can maybe have like a 1 day or 2 day stop over in the country, and then you catch a flight, go to your other destination, and then of course you just come back through Panama and go your yard. So I really enjoy that. It's an advantage that I wish I had gotten a chance to use, and I transited through Panama earlier this year, but never really have the time. My vacation was pretty short, so I need to go back to Panama so I can actually experience the place. So maybe I am biased. Number 1 for today will be Peru, and the reason why Peru is number 1 is I've been there. I didn't spend as long as I would like. I only spent a week. There's so much to do in Peru. I think if I didn't have the constraints of, you know, my leave finishing and needing to go back to work, like if I was probably like a digital nomad or I could work remotely, I would definitely have extended my time in Peru by an extra week or 2. The country is super affordable. I mean, I was getting food for like maybe can't fully remember now, but I have a blog on my expenses in Peru which will capture all the details from food, accommodation, etc. But places were really affordable. Like I got an average 3-star hotel for like $40 US a night, and then I would split that cost with my partner who I traveled with. So I personally was putting only like $20 the accommodation per night, which is super affordable. The country is so beautiful, it's so diverse, and they have their Incan culture which they preserve very nicely. So you'd find that a lot of I spent most of my time in Cusco, right, which is a transit point for you to get to Machu Picchu, which is on the world's list of wonders. But I'm gonna put this now. What they did, Peru has a similar culture to us, right, or a similar history rather, where the people were existing, minding their business, having a civilization for years, and then the Europeans came, in this case the Spanish, and just mashed up everything, right? However, there's quite a lot of Incan ruins which are still in existence, and in some areas what the Spanish did is they just basically added onto the Incan structures, because the Incans were very great stonemasons, so they had very elaborate structures and temples and homes. So the Spanish either added to it, or in some places the Incan ruins are just left as is. So there is a whole lot to see. We explored ruins upon ruins in Cusco, and then we went to Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu, I mean, I haven't traveled internationally a lot. Currently, I've only been to 4 countries outside of Jamaica, but it's definitely number one for me because I saw so much. Every day just felt like a sensory overload. There was so much to see, so much to do, so many new foods to eat. People were super friendly when they heard that I was Jamaican. Everybody, you know, people all show me them armband with black, green, and gold, or some of them had yellow, red, and green, you know, the Rasta colors, and it was just so nice. People would be like, "Oh, Bob Marley," or they would, you know, strike them using both pose, and it was nice, right? So it's the only country on this list that I've officially been to because I can't count Panama on the transited, but it was a blast. I think my ticket, I don't want to tell you the price them because I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but you can check my blog post for that and I'll put it in the description. But it was really lovely, and Machu Picchu, definitely, it's not, I wouldn't say it's overrated. People have asked me after I came back if I would say that it was overrated, and no, I wouldn't. It deserves its spot there. It's a very, very nice place. And it's just amazing to me that all this was built without the wheel and without modern day technologies. Beautiful. It's, yeah, so Peru deserves a spot on your list. And overall, my trip, of course, some of the expenses were split with another person, but I spent about 1400 US for a whole week. I mean, some of those days were travel days, so I don't really count them. I effectively had 5 full days in the country, but yeah, go to Peru, guys. That's all I can say. So I hope you enjoy this video. I hope I have motivated you to see other places outside of the typical US, Canada, UK that, you know, all Jamaicans seem to go to. I also want to go to Canada and the UK because I haven't visited those two, but those shouldn't be the only places that you go every single time you left Jamaica, right? I hope I've motivated you, and I will create more lists like this, whether in YouTube video form or whether in blog form. So make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube, make sure you're subscribed to my blog. You'll basically only get notifications once something new is out there. So I don't email you, I don't spam nobody. Just follow me so that way you can see all those things, and it is motivation for me to keep going, keep making content. And yeah.